Hey everyone, Dr. John here at Body in Motion. This month we're talking about back pain with some of our favorite activities. This video is going to be for you cyclists who start to experience low back pain while on the bike. So thinking about our low back while riding, um, one of the first things we want to think about is having the mobility in the hips to allow us to get through the motions required without asking the low back to compensate. So say we're getting to the trailhead or the start of our road ride and we've already had a full day of work, we haven't mobilized. A good way to bring some motion into the hips is with a hip hinge. So this is pretending you're reaching for a park bench behind you and feeling that motion at the ball and socket without asking the low back to compensate. From here, we can get into a pedal position, start really reaching back and getting a stretch in that hamstring on the forward leg. Now we're approximating a good position on the bike where we're getting our weight over our bottom bracket. So in a downhill, we can get back off of our saddle and really be in control, ready to suck up those bumps and be ready to react. From this position, we can come all the way back and we can start to settle down into it in a deeper hip squat, still spine sparing, not asking our low back to work. Now, let's say we've been on the bike for an hour and our back's starting to talk to us. Just because we're getting those signals that that pain, that doesn't mean that something's injured. Hurt doesn't have to equal harm. In this instance, it might just be your low back saying, hey, I've been here for a while and I want to move. So getting off to the side, getting off your bike, and moving that spine through a greater range of motion, going into further flexion than you've already been on the bike, and then going into extension. Doing this repeatedly, it's going to let those structures stretch out, bring fresh blood and nutrients to that area, and then you can get back on and go for another hour. Now, in between rides, we want to find ways to become more resilient and have more endurance for when we do get on the bike. Oftentimes we start off strong, but then our endurance isn't there, and once fatigue kicks in, that's when structures start to get stressed and cause pain. The two things that we think about are having a strong spine that's able to maintain those positions for a long time, then also being able to resist torsional forces, that twist that comes from having the power of holding our handlebars and then pressing force into our pedals. So two great ways to do this. One is a nice controlled bird dog. A mirror can be very helpful with this. What big goal is to not have any rotation in the spine. So it's almost like I'm on the bike and I'm transferring power from the handlebars into the pedals, moving my limbs without my spine participating. Another good exercise for this is a side plank, where we're practicing feeling that rotation and that torsion, but controlling it and then bringing us back to neutral. So doing these really teaches us how to keep that power when we're in the saddle. Now, all this stuff that I've been referring to has been in regards to those pain signals, just being a call to action, telling you, hey, we need to do something different. Now, that kind of hurt is just that, a signal. But different can be if you have an injury where that signal is unpredictable. You don't know what the next press is going to feel like, or maybe it's increasing as you do more to a point that's alarming. In that instance, it's the right time to look for professional help. So if you're curious about all the things I talked about, or you think you might be dealing with an injury, don't hesitate to schedule a discovery call here, and you can always reach out and make an appointment.